Robbie Musto and Robbie Earl discuss the shock news of Arsene Wenger announcing he will stand down at the end of the season and celebrate the living legend's career, while also exploring who will take this massive job, then finish up talking about the FA Cup semi-final results. For lively, passionate debate. All of the two Robbies content can be accessed by clicking on this link. Click here for the two Robbies archive. Follow them on Twitter at the two Robbies Miami Beach, Florida. AP, CONCACAF has cancelled the rest of its 2018 Women's Under-17 Championship following violence in Managua, Nicaragua, where the tournament began Thursday. The Confederation of North, Central America and Caribbean Association Football made the announcement Sunday. The tournament was to have determined the region's qualifiers for the Under-17 World Cup in Uruguay, which starts November 13. More than 24 people have been killed since Wednesday according to the independent Nicaraguan Human Rights Center, though the government had acknowledged only 9 dead. Dozens of shops in Managua were looted during protests and disturbances sparked by government social security reforms. The U.S. opened Friday with a 4-0 win over Costa Rica and had been scheduled to play Bermuda on Sunday and Canada on Tuesday. This season's Scudetto race has been very much on, all but over, back on, a mere formality and now, following Sunday's clash between first and second place Juventus and Napoli, on again, all inside the last 4 or 5 weeks of this roller coaster Serie A season. More, Man United reach FA Cup final, Chelsea join them. Some will say that Juventus have regressed as the majority of their stars are now on the wrong side of 30, while others will say that a young and always improving Napoli side has closed the gap all on their own and pulled themselves onto level footing with the 6-time defending champions. The all-knowing among us will say it's all of the above. More, Barcelona hammer Sevilla to lift 4th straight Copa del Rey for 89 minutes. Saturday's clash at the Allianz Stadium appeared to be the final nail in Napoli's coffin, as Maurizio Sarri's side found themselves hopelessly blunted and unable to break through Juve's ultra-defensive foundation. 4 shots, on target for Juve over 90 minutes. Kalidou Koulibaly's thunderous header from Jose Callejon's corner kick changed all of that, and drew GLI Azzurri to within a single point of Juve with 4 games left to play. It's the first time Juve have lost in league play since November 19, 17 wins in 20 games, and their first league defeat at home since October 14, 10 wins in 11 games, outscoring opponents by a combined 28-3. Napoli are now unbeaten in their last 30 league games away from home, 24 wins, dating back to the last time they visited Juventus, October 29, 2016. Still on Juve's remaining schedule, trips to take on 5th place Inter Milan and 3rd place Roma. As for Napoli, they'll take on 8th, 9th and 10th place Sampdoria, Fiorentina and Torino, respectively, as well as 16th place Crotone. Ever so slight advantage, Napoli? Follow at @MLSA Roundup of plus a few quick thoughts about all of Saturday's action from around MLS. More other MLS things, the archive, LA Galaxy 0-2 Atlanta United, full highlights. 2 teams with fantastic attacking talent but very little in terms of a strong, controlling midfield presence. You'd expect a game like that to be wide open with plenty of chances at both ends of the field, and you'd have been right about Atlanta's 2-0 victory over LA, at least for the opening 45 minutes. The stark difference between the two sides on Saturday? Atlanta's ability to turn shooting chances into scoring chances, and LA's inability to do so. In truth, the chance resulting in the Five Stripes opening goal, which also turned out to be the winner, was the scrappiest once of the bunch. Miguel Almiron was sensational on the night, constantly on the ball in dangerous areas, constantly gliding past 1 and 2 white shirts, constantly winning free kicks and a penalty in those dangerous areas. Since suffering a 4-0 defeat on opening day, Tata Martino's side is unbeaten in their last 6 games, 5 wins, and moved to within a point of Eastern Conference and Supporters' Shield leading New York City FC. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was rendered completely ineffective and he, dare I say it, was little more than a passenger for the vast majority of Saturday's game. Jonathan Dos Santos picked up an injury during warm-ups, forcing Baggio Husidic into the starting lineup, and that did LA no favors when it came time to slow Atlanta's momentum through the center of the field, which was the entire game. Columbus Crew SC 2-2 New England Revolution. Full highlights. If you had New England sitting above Columbus in the standings at any point this season, let alone after 8 weeks, please proceed to the cash-out window immediately. Brad Friedel's bunch has played some pretty passable, if unexciting, soccer thus far and have picked up points in 5 of their 7 games played. They've even won 4 points from their first 3 games away from home, which is 2/3 of the way to matching last season's paltry haul of 6. Saturday's 2-2 draw in Columbus saw the Revs come from behind twice to secure a well-earned and deserved point. Christian Penilla has flown under the radar with regard to impact signings of the off-season. The Ecuadorian has 2 goals, including the stoppage-time equalizer on Saturday, and 4 assists in his first 7 MLS games, and Diego Fagundez appears to have finally been handed the keys to the Revs' attack with Leon Wynn banished to the periphery, but still not traded away. Real Salt Lake 3-0 Colorado Rapids. Full highlights. Tim Howard was sent off after 20 minutes for handling the ball outside his penalty area. How great is that multi-million-dollar contract looking now? Yet Colorado so nearly held on for an away point against their Rocky Mountain Cup rivals. Alas, RSL scored 3 times in the final 8 minutes of regular and stoppage time, helping the final score to match the lopsided nature of the preceding 60 minutes. 29 shots, 10 on target, compared to just 12 on target for Colorado, nearly 71% of possession, 571 passes, to just 228. The lopsidedness goes on and on. Albert Rusnik scored a stunning free kick to complete the scoring, but was still upstaged by Damir Krilich's first MLS goal, which came just 3 minutes earlier. RSL have alternated wins and losses in each of their last 6 times out, which spells bad news for a suddenly important Friday night trip to Vancouver to face a Whitecaps side that 1, they beat at home earlier this month, and 2, has lost 3 straight, by a combined score of 10-1. Elsewhere in MLS, Sporting KC 6-0 Vancouver Whitecaps. Full recap. Montreal Impact 3-5 Los Angeles FC. Full recap. Houston Dynamo 5-1 Toronto FC. Orlando City SC 3-2 San Jose Earthquakes FC. Dallas 2-0 Philadelphia Union. Follow it and eat MLS. With 3 matches remaining for all 18 Bundesliga clubs, there's clarity at the very top and bottom, but plenty to sort in the races to qualify for Europe and avoid the relegation playoff. Recap. Man City 5-0 Swans. We focus on the latter here, with all 3 teams on 30 points, losing away from home this weekend, including one to the 17th place side in Germany. Hamburg 1-0 Freiburg. Lewis Holtby scored a 54th-minute goal to keep the hosts' slim survival hopes alive, and USMNT forward Bobby Wood got into the match for the final 23 minutes as Hamburg scooped up a rare win. Augsburg 2-0 Mainz. The visitors had more of the ball but couldn't rebound from a 29th-minute Michael Gregorich goal, allowing Alfred Finnbogason to seal the result in stoppage time. Borussia Mönchengladbach 3-0 Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg has a hefty edge on Mainz and Freiburg in terms of goal differential, but won't be feeling too confident after watching Lars Stindl, Raphael, and Christoph Kramer all score before halftime. Elsewhere, RB Leipzig 2-5 Hoffenheim. Eintracht Frankfurt 0-3 Hertha Berlin. Stuttgart 2-0 Werder Bremen. Hannover 9-6-0 Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund 4-0 Bayer Leverkusen. Köln 2-2 Schalke. USMNT's McKenny goes 90 standings follow at Nicolas Mendola.